Good morning. It is 8:30 a.m. on the 30th of September, the last day of September 2020. I'm Bart Everson. It is truly an honor and a blessing and a privilege to be able to share with you this guided meditation sponsored by the Center for the Advancement of Teaching and Faculty Development at Xavier University of Louisiana. And this meditation today will be dedicated to Mother Earth and to the breath. After all, yesterday was Breathe Day, drawing attention to the Breathe Act, about which you can learn more at breatheact.org. But for now, let's just focus on the practice of breathing. So if you're not already in a comfortable position, please find one. This is a practice that you might find it's good to lie down for, but it's perfectly acceptable to be standing up. So whether you're lying on your back or sitting in a chair, standing up, what have you, whatever is a posture that you can find some comfort and some ease in. But whatever position that is, I invite you to take one hand to your belly, around the area of your navel, and the other hand to your chest. And then let's bring your attention to your breath, to your breathing. Just noticing how it is. And with your hands, perhaps noticing if you can detect the rise and fall of your breath, the rhythm of your breath. Can you feel it with your hands? And can you feel it more with one hand than another? And whatever you're feeling, it's all right. You've been breathing for a while, your whole life. You're probably doing it just fine. But there are different ways of breathing. And so this morning we're going to explore that. If you're noticing that your hand on your chest is moving a little bit more, that would indicate a kind of shallow breathing cycle, not that you aren't breathing deeply, but that you're not breathing deeply into your lungs, perhaps, or not with the diaphragm as much. So let's see now on your next few breaths if you can draw them in more from the belly. See if you can feel that with the hand on your belly. Gently breathing in deeply. You can think of it as a balloon in your navel, under your navel, and you're inflating that balloon. And then, of course, letting it deflate as well. long, slow, gentle breaths. And you might see if you can become aware of that diaphragm muscle. It's a bit above your navel, actually. When you're breathing in from the belly, that muscle is working. Even more when you're breathing out. So in your next breath out, your next exhalation, see if you can really make it a full exhalation. Really see if you can feel the gentle action of that muscle, that diaphragm muscle, expelling all the air from your lungs. And then when you're breathing in, it's really just a matter of relaxing that muscle, and it will automatically sort of bring your breath into your lungs. This is called belly breathing or diaphragmatic breathing. And apparently it's the way babies breathe, so we all know how to do it. And perhaps we breathe this way from time to time, but we can be intentional about it now. You might even count. Make your in-breath, say 3 or 4 counts. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then breathing out through your mouth, gently and slowly. See if you can make that a little bit longer of a count. Maybe 5, or even 6. The exact number might vary from person to person to find what's comfortable for you. Let's take a moment now just to breathe quietly together. Trying to take in long, slow, deep belly breaths from the diaphragm. Perhaps even a little pause. Not exactly holding your breath, but just kind of easing into the transition of the exhale. You can count that too. Maybe 1, 2 count. And then the exhalation through the mouth. Pulling that diaphragm muscle all the way in, feeling your hand sink on your navel as you expel all the air from your lungs. And then maybe even a count again after the exhalation before the in-breath begins. Just a short 1, 2 count. Take a moment now also just to notice how you feel. How you're feeling after taking some of these deep belly breaths. Do you feel perhaps a little more relaxed? Perhaps a little at ease? And it's fine if you don't. trying something, perhaps it's something new, that can always be a little bit of a change up. But there is evidence that this kind of breathing activates a relaxation, brings greater levels of attention, focus to the mind, and even lowers cortisol levels. So this is something that you may be able to do, taking a deep breath from the diaphragm or two. Might be something you can do anytime during the day. If you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling anxious, or just a little bit fluttery in your thoughts, this might be a practice that can be helpful. And of course, your breath is always available. You're always breathing. You can think of it as a way of stitching your attention to the present moment, just the experience of being here and now. So let's take one last deep, relaxing, healthful breath together from the diaphragm, exhaling through the mouth. If you had your eyes closed, you can open them up. Maybe you want to stretch a little. And a little bit of gratitude to yourself for taking the time to be kind to yourself, to engage in a little self-care. Thanks also to our ancestors, our teachers, and Mother Earth, without whom we wouldn't be here. Thanks for your time and attention, and have a great day and happy breathing.